your chest.
Put the gun down before you kill someone.
Teenage Girl's Diary.
Hello, and welcome to another Dollar Store Drive-In. I'm your host, Laura.
I'm Joel.
And we're the Newlydeads. And we have our familiar Shaggy right here, just hanging out, being in the way.
He couldn't be on TV last week because he was sleeping, and he decided not to join us. And so this week he's back, freshly bathed, so he's super clean. And I'm back in my traditional garb.
Very sweet.
And we're ready to rock and
Yeah,
roll.
he feels good.
Talk about this movie that
We have a movie to talk about this week.
Oh, real quick, if it's 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesday night and you're watching this or you're about to watch this, you just watched the last episode, we will be in the chat at tinglertelevision.com. Just hop onto the drop down where it says Tingler Roku. Once you're in there, you'll see a little chat box. You can talk to us. We'll be there eating our dinner. Most of the time, if we're not going to be there, I'll try and post on the Facebooks to let you know. I think it also works through their app or not through their website on your phone. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but anyway. So, what is the show about?
Yeah, so this is a show where Mr. Newlydead and I, we purchase a DVD, a Blu-ray, some sort of movie media, and it has to be under $5. And that's pretty much the only qualification.
Something we haven't seen.
Something we haven't seen.
And typically a genre film.
Yeah, normally horror or sci-fi horror related.
Or some sort of maybe thrillery, depending. We've done
Yes.
a couple of those thrillery type things.
Yes.
But, yeah, that's the three main
That is the main criteria of our show. And then we watch the movie and then talk about it.
And then we tell you all about it.
Are sometimes spoilers. We try not to do lots of spoilers, but we'll also give you our recommendation on whether we think that you should watch it or not. And so if we feel like that's like a nah, like we'll usually give you a little more spoilers than that.
Yeah, if it's something that was god-awful and we don't want you to see it, we'll try and find ways to make sure you don't, and that's one way. If it's something from like 1960s, that you've had ample time to watch, maybe not as much. But yeah, we try to be considerate.
Yeah. So what did we watch this week?
This week we watched Robocroc. Not an asylum film, but sure felt like an asylum movie.
It did feel like an asylum movie, and it had some actors in it that seems like they would fit right in with the asylum piece.
Asylum-y? I mean, check it out. Just make sure. Look around on the back. Does it say asylum anywhere and I missed it?
Oh,
I don't think
distributed
so.
by Origin.
Nope. Yep. Because all the trailers were Origin trailers, including the one for Dead Sea. Yes, there was a trailer for Dead Sea, and I made her watch it.
And if you've watched this show,
You know how much we love Dead Sea.
yeah, it's dead. Sometimes dead is better.
Yep, but it is not the worst film we've watched on the show.
No.
Not anymore.
Oh, sorry about the dinging. I forgot to put my phone on silent.
Not after last week, was it when we watched the worst movie we've ever watched on the show? No.
It was last week.
Last week was the top 5.
Yes,
The week,
the week
before
before.
that
Yeah.
was the worst one we've ever seen on the show.
Yep. All right. Should I get to the synopsis?
Yeah, and you got it to read, so...
It makes me
Get your-
happy. I don't have to
get your-
make something up. I know some of you like when I struggle.
I don't like the struggle, I just like what comes out of your brain. Because I
Yeah.
like the way you think. And the way you look. And the way you smell. And the way you... Just everything.
Today's actually our 5-year anniversary of being together.
The first day we talked was on November 8th.
So he's
and
feeling
that's-
all nostalgia.
And by the time you watch this will be like 3 weeks from now because we're ahead of schedule right now with recording. So it'll be long past our anniversary, but don't tell anybody. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're in a little secret there.
All right. So, Robocroc.
Oh, yeah.
You ready? This one's a long one.
That's what she said.
Yeah, so get on your A game here, Joel.
Oh, wait, I forgot I got to act.
Right. A top secret unnamed spacecraft disintegrates upon re-entry. Its mysterious military payload crash lands in the crocodile habitat of a place called Adventure. A combination water park, amusement land, and world famous crocodile exhibit. Because that sounds safe. Anyways. Following its pre-programmed instructions, the payload, a next-generation nanotech-based combat drone, finds a host in the form of the park's prize 20-foot Australian saltwater crocodile, Stella. She's the largest saltwater croc in captivity. Immediately upon infecting its host, the drone's payload nanobots begin to transform Stella from an organic living creature into a lethal killing machine with only a single directive: survival.
Oh, that was going to be to kill, so I was going to kill something, but survival? How do you show survival?
It eats.
Yeah,
it
I
just
know,
wants
but
to eat.
how do you indicate survival in mime?
So who's in this? Wait, do we want to show are we showing the trailer before we talk about who's in it? Yeah, we do.
She's jumping ahead. She's excited to talk about
I
this one.
know, because there's people in it that people might know.
I got notes. So, first we watched the trailer, which, where's the trailer coming from? Last time you told me where it came from, so.
Can you do that?
Like, straight ahead? And then where does it go after that? Because there it is.
It goes on a little...
It spins out? Wow. All right.
I'm making it difficult for him.
And I'm feeding into this. She probably would have forgot about it if I wouldn't have said
No,
something.
I wouldn't have.
I
like the trailer part. It's always my favorite. So yeah, should we watch the trailer?
We should watch this trailer for the film.
What trailer are we going to watch? Multi-trailers? All of the trailers? Where are they all at? Here they are! I'm just messing with him. He likes popping the trailers in.
Watching the one trailer.
Alright, we'll be right back.
We had an incident. Something happened in the crocodile enclosure this morning.
Something's very wrong here.
All the lakes, pools, ponds, lagoons, they're all connected underground.
She's in the water park. We have hundreds of people in there today. We gotta get them out. We gotta get them out now.
You should know she has the potential to be a man-eater. Whoa!
It's imperial. We take it alive.
What are they doing?
Electrifying the lagoon.
It's perfectly clear that the crocodile is to remain alive.
This ends now.
Don't move.
That thing's still out there and it's out of control.
My orders still stand.
You do realize her jaws have more crushing power than a great white shark.
Robbie!
Yes, I think we can manage.
We're back! That was very aggressive.
That is the universal sign for children pretending to be crocodiles or alligators.
Actually, do you remember doing this, one of these guys, like,
Oh no!
as a shadow puppet?
Like
It's like
that?
this.
Oh, yeah, vaguely.
It looks more like is a crocodile pointy nosed?
Crocodiles have pointy noses and alligators have
are
rounded
fat.
noses.
I always get those mixed up.
Yeah.
To me, a crocodile sounds like it should have a round nose, and like an alligator sounds like it should be pointy.
See, I think crocodile, because it's a very sharp sound, the C's.
I think crocodile's like a big.
See, and I hear alligator, I think.
think-
Alligator.
No, see, I think alligator's like long and pointy,
Apparently, there's something I said.
like an
like
A.
Oh, I see. Maybe it's because that greater than less than thing that they used to say. You know, if the
Yeah.
alligator is eating this way or that way, and it's very pointed because it's
It is.
the greater than less than symbol.
So I always get them mixed up, but a crocodile is a pointy nose.
Crocodile has a pointed nose, and alligator
Alligator's
has a
a fat
rounded
boy.
nose.
Yeah.
And Shaggy has just a little cute little black nose that you want to boop.
We want
Very
to boop you.
boopable. And he'll watch
So, what'd you think of the trailer? Did you see anybody that you recognized?
things that might
Someone from the 90s?
surprise you. If you're a 90s kid, or you like old shows, or you're a parent of a 90s kid, you may recognize some people. But we will talk about them in a moment, because this is the point in the show where my wife says, "No, we're not there yet." So now I'm jumping ahead. First, we talk about things, in which I have notes. I gotta hide.
We're all over the place.
Gotta hide what I'm gonna. So I did drew a crocodile, a stick.
See, that looks like an alligator to me.
A helicopter.
I was gonna say an alligator. What is that? A steaming pile of something? Oh, it's a croc.
Yeah, but there's flies around it because crocs are. Never mind. Now there's people out there that like crocs.
Like the shoe. He drew a shoe.
Oh, and then I also.
It was a stinky one.
Deliberately.
Oh, yeah. I like that guy.
The Leatherface food. You what?
I like that little guy. That little clown.
Oh no! What'd you say about crocs though?
Nothing.
You know people that like them?
No.
Oh.
I said I like that clown guy.
All the kids like the Crocs, though. That's the thing.
Like, the kids do like the Crocs.
High school kids.
Why? Tell me all about it.
They like them.
Come talk to us in the chat.
I think the nurses like those things, too, if they don't have holes in them. Like the cloggy type things. They're kind of like clogs. But they're supposed to be very comfortable.
We are going off the rails on the Crocs.
But, yeah, I don't... well, the movie has a crocodile, so it's all about a croc.
And Crocs. There's
Yeah.
a guy wearing Crocs.
There is literally a guy wearing Crocs
That's
in
why
a
he drew
2013 film. So this is 10 years ago before the kids caught on to the crocness.
He was stylish before it was stylish.
Shaggy's about to try and jump up in the chair
Oh,
with you.
he really is.
So this is currently sitting at
He just wants to give me a hug.
3.0 out of 10.0 on the Internet Movie Database. Shaggy recently has decided that it's a thing that he's going to jump up in the bed every morning before he wake up. Otherwise, he doesn't sleep in bed with us. But lately, he's decided that that's his new thing.
He loves me.
He does. So this is directed by Arthur Sinclair, who this is the only movie he ever directed. No writing credits, no nothing, just this. So, good job, Arthur. This was written by Berkeley Anderson. There's a lot of E's in this name. Berkeley. That's a lot of E's in Berkeley. They also are known for writing Monster Ark, as in like Noah's Ark. For monsters. Lake Placid versus Anaconda, because that's the mashup we needed, because both of those films did well as they got older. Further into the franchise. And for SS Doom Trooper.
Ooh. Sounds doomish.
All right. I looked it up, and I'll put the little box. You know, I like to put the box art so you can see what they look like. That one you guys might actually want to check out. So this stars, first of all, one Corin Nemec, who you may remember as being Parker Lewis from the hit 90s show Parker Lewis Cannot Lose.
Can't.
Which also, I'm trying to be,
You're trying to be smart with your sweater and your glasses.
Which also stars Kubiak. That's not the actor's name, but...
No, but when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that name.
Who you may remember as Jerry from ER. Just a great actor, and I wish I could think of his name, but all of a sudden I'm drawing a blank.
His name's Jerry from ER.
It's. I'll put it right here because I feel bad.
Yeah.
But I actually took 2 lines of names to put down for Corin Nemec because he had so many great movies to talk about. So of course Parker Lewis Can't Lose. He was in something called Blade Squad.
Wow.
Sand Sharks.
Ooh.
He was in Rotten Tail.
Oh!
He was in a movie called Puppy Swap.
Okay.
You always got to have a puppy movie in there somewhere. And then I put these here because these are... apparently he's got a thing for playing serial killers because he was in Chicago Massacre, Richard Speck, which I've seen that one. He was in Boston Strangler, The Untold Story. And he was in Bundy, Legacy of Evil.
Wow.
He played 3 of the
He's got the face of a serial killer.
Apparently. I don't think he's that scary.
He does have like a nondescript face, you know? Like he could like play any role and just kind of like slide right in.
Like he can do comedy, he can do serious, he can do...
but he doesn't have like a strong look to him. He just looks like your average dude.
He's kind of like Neil Patrick Harris with less charisma.
Yeah. He was funny in this movie though.
I mean, he's
got charisma.
Yeah.
But he's not Neil Patrick Harris charisma.
No one. He's a national treasure.
Yes.
Incidentally, if you're not familiar with Corin Nemec and Parker Lewis Can't Lose, it was basically a ripoff of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Well, let's just say it was inspired by instead of being ripped off.
Homage. But the funny thing is that Ferris Bueller's Day Off had a TV show as well. Didn't last as long as Parker Lewis, so what does that tell you about the show?
It was interesting.
It did all right.
Yeah.
This also stars one Dee Wallace Stone.
From the E.T. movies.
Genre legend. You may know her from E.T. She was in Cujo, which we just watched recently.
Yeah.
She was in a lot of Rob Zombie films. She was in The Howling. And she was in kind of a cult classic, Popcorn.
Popcorn.
I just kind of recently stumbled across Popcorn again. Remember it when I was a kid, seeing the commercials, and was like, what is that about?
Now I want popcorn.
And then now I've watched it like 3 or 4 times in the past 5 or 6 years. It's a thing. Oh, Shaggy just farted and apparently freaked himself out. The last name I'm going to mention is the female lead in this that is not Dee Wallace, who played a total witchy woman, is Lisa McAllister.
Oh, yeah.
The reason I mention her name is that the first credit I saw on her resume when I looked her up was Dead Cert. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Dead Cert, like death certificate, but Dead Cert. It came up in another
Which is,
episode.
like, who is this person? Like,
She was the blonde girl that made it all the way to the end with Corin Nemec's son.
Oh, that girl?
Yeah.
Was she a biatch?
No. Dee Wallace Stone was the one.
Why'd you say she was a witchy woman?
Dee Wallace was. I forgot to say that Dee Wallace was.
Oh, it sounded like you were saying that girl was.
No, Lisa McAllister was fine. Oh wait, no, Lisa McAllister was not the girl that was with.
It was the one that
Nemec's
was
other.
yeah, love interest.
The love interest.
You could tell right away she was his love interest.
She also is known for Pumpkinhead, Ashes to Ashes, which I believe is the
Right on.
Or the fourth one.
Pumpkinhead.
And The Number One Girl, which I'll put up the poster here. You'll see why I chose that one because, the poster made me laugh. So anyway, this is the point in the show where my wife says,
"What'd you think?"
And Shaggy says,
"Woof."
He looks very disinterested.
He's just staring me down like
He is. He's like,
oh, but he doesn't want me to pet him.
Apparently not. Well, here's the thing. It definitely thinks it was an asylum film.
Yeah.
It tried really hard to be an asylum film. And what's kind of funny about it is that there was a bunch of trailers, like 20 minutes of trailers on the DVD. And as we were watching them, there was a couple of them that I was interested enough to look up to find out more information. Neither of them has any distribution. You couldn't buy the DVD. You couldn't rent the movie anywhere. There was nowhere it was streaming. It's like they made a movie and then they just chose not to distribute it, but they put the trailers in the other movies. It's weird. So Origin, you're dropping the balls. You should sell them to the asylum. They might distribute them for you, or our good friends at ITN.
Yep.
Perhaps.
We like those people.
Randy, what you think? Specifically, there's a movie called Lost Girls, which looked kind of interesting.
Not to be confused with the TV show from Canada.
Correct. So
I like that show. It's
first of all,
campy and cheesy, and I love it.
Number one question: did you fall asleep?
No, I did not. It kept my attention, and I laughed a little bit.
See, and that's the very first thing I have here is that the crocodile, once it gets nanobit by the nanobots, it runs funny.
Oh no! Oh yeah! Once it got bit. Yeah. And it's not quite a robot yet. It's like still
fleshy.
A crocodile.
But I remember the first time you saw it running through the trees after the guy with the Crocs on, she just started laughing really hard.
Oh my God. Funny. It was like super fast.
It's kind of like Shaggy when he runs. I also wrote the word Chocodile just because I think that was a funny name for a sweet treat.
Chocodile.
I felt like there was a lot of missed opportunities here. They like I said, they tried to be an asylum film, but Asylum is known for kind of pushing the fact that it's cheesy and they know they don't have a big budget and that it's kind of sometimes a ripoff of something else or an homage.
Yeah, like the Bigfoot movie.
But like for example, there's a shot here where the guy, Corin Nemec, is trying to get his friend back who got chased by the crocodile in the very beginning, ended up in the pipes of they work in a zoo. So he's in these little drainage pipes.
It's a zoo /
water park /
something else.
Something. And so he's in the drainage pipe in the lion's den. And so they go into the lion's den because they're going to help get him out. So Corin Nemec and Lisa McAllister are going in the pen. Why they need both of them, I don't know. Why they needed to go in there in the first place is a little sus because they just had to help him because they didn't have a key to get him out. And they could pull it off the thing, but he couldn't kick it off. So I don't know. Anyway.
It was loose.
Plot. So they're sneaking in, and the lion sees them and is slowly starting to decide that it's going to come and mess with them. Which I don't think lions are going to bug you, especially because they showed it eating right before that. So if it's full, I don't think it's going to care that you're in the pen. But anyway, so unless they got babies or something. So it starts coming towards them, and they're sneaking to get the guy. They get him out. He's limping. They're going to the rope to climb up out of the enclosure. Meanwhile, as the lion's getting closer, they're about to try and get out of there with an injured dude. The Robocroc shows up and starts coming at him, and then they cut the scene, and they're all outside of the pen, and everybody's fine, and nothing happened.
A lot of missed opportunity there.
There was no closure on that anecdote. Did the lion get eaten? Did they cut it out because somebody complained about the lion getting eaten? Was there some sort of thing that happened that they lost the footage? I even rewound it because I was like, I thought maybe something skipped. It just wasn't there. The love interest thing was telegraphed like 10,000 miles away between the son and the girl, and then between Lisa McAllister and Corin Nemec.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, they're gonna fall in love,
or do it.
They're gonna do it in front of the Robocroc.
They didn't do it, but that at the end or whatever, that guy was like, "You're gonna get some" or something.
And then the Robocroc went. That didn't happen. They pulled a Live Free or Die Hard, except instead of a motorcycle versus a helicopter,
it was a Robocroc versus helicopter.
Mm-hmm. It was one of the best parts of it. That or the water slide was also a good part. Because, Robocroc and water slide is funny. Yeah. I wrote meet cute, M-E-A-T, cute. That didn't happen in the movie. I just thought it was funny. When I wrote it down, I was like, that's funny. They're in a meet cute because they're meat. Laura insisted that I write down this quote. There's two quotes she made me write down. The first one is, "There's not a pig's chance in a piranha pond."
That you're going to get out of there. Something like that.
So is this going to be like in our vernacular now? Like, are you going to say this?
A pig's chance in a piranha pond. What was the other one?
The other one you had me was, "What in a croc's cooch are you doing here?"
I'm pretty sure he didn't say Croc's cooch, but that's what it sounded like.
I'm pretty sure he did. What else would he say?
I don't know. Not
what in
cooch.
A croc's
why
cooch?
does a croc have a cooch?
Gooch?
I don't know.
Lucha Libre?
It was funny.
It was weird. She enjoyed it. I also have to wonder, is the water park, is it really that valuable that to keep people in or to keep people out that it's designed to be built like Fort Knox? Like, they have to go through Jurassic
Tunnels.
Park style doors, through tunnels, right through a sewer system to get out of there, to get away from the Robocroc. And there's
it just doesn't seem very safe.
Yeah.
Why would you have aquatic animals at the same location as people swimming around and stuff?
Yeah.
Like I said, not well thought out.
That reminds me.
And a zoo.
Yeah, it's very weird. I forgot. I don't have it down here. But you remember when Parker Lewis is running through to get away from the Robocroc, or not Parker Lewis, his partner, and his partner runs into the Birds of Prey sanctuary.
Oh, yeah.
There's no gate. There's no door to get in and out. It's just open.
And I've never seen Birds of Prey just dive bomb and attack a person.
There's also no enclosure. If you see birds at a zoo, there's always an enclosure.
How do you keep them in there?
There's no enclosure. There's no gate to get in and out. There's no door. There's no nothing. It's the Bird of Prey area where the Birds of Prey just hang out, apparently.
Yeah, it's weird.
Reasons.
And they were random looking, nondescript birds that were attacking him. It just looked like the crows, from the birds.
Yeah, or Birdemic. Just really CGI looking birds.
You're so cute.
Thanks. It felt like the longest hour and 24 minutes I think I've had in a while.
I would disagree. It was pretty long feeling, but like, yeah, I disagree. Long feeling.
Trailer for Dead Sea. I said, was that a sign? And then I think the biggest thing that I had a problem with was that it just kind of ends. Like they make a joke sort of at the end.
Yeah.
And then it's over.
Better not be poop on your pants. Ha ha ha! Or no, I hope that's mud. That's what he says.
Hey there, poopy pants. No, it's not like
I
House of
hope
Thousand
that's
Corpses.
mud.
It's just, yeah.
The end. And like just literally
Roll
just end. Yeah. Roll credits. Fast.
Yeah, like TV credits at the end of a TV movie. You've seen them where they go because they got to get to the next show or whatever.
Yes.
And they can slow them down or speed them up depending on how much time they have to kill. But,
it is a sci-fi movie. It was from the Sci-Fi Channel.
Was it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's before. No, that couldn't be before The Asylum because.
That's probably
Sharknado
why it was running like that.
Huh.
I saw it somewhere.
I believe you. I mean, it feels like a Sci-Fi Channel movie. Like it definitely feels like a sci-fi original, which maybe they have Origin and Asylum both. I don't know enough about these companies to know.
I don't remember where I saw that, but I did see it somewhere where I thought I saw something that said sci-fi. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, should we rate said movie?
I think it's probably about that time, and I'm kind of curious what we're gonna rate it on.
1 out of 5 Crocs. The shoe.
Oh.
Oh yeah, the director of Young Guns.
Oh right, that's not in my notes either. I forgot. It was directed by the guy that did Young Guns. Incidentally, I think there was a missed opportunity to do like a prequel to Young Guns and call it Baby Guns or Young Guns Juniors or Young Guns Kids or something, like a Saturday morning cartoon like Muppet Babies.
He was being very funny with that.
Okay, so 1 out of 5 Crocs, the shoe, not the animal. I guess
Maybe I was wrong about this.
I'm gonna give it a 2. 1 because of Corin Nemec being somewhat charming and then comical a little bit.
And it was like nostalgic seeing him.
And it felt like an Asylum movie, which made me happy.
Yeah.
But only to a point.
What'd you give it?
2.
2.
I feel like I'm being a little generous, maybe because I'm feeling generous.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a. I'll give it a 2. I laughed. I didn't fall asleep.
It's true.
I liked the Parker guy.
It's true.
It was cheesy, campy. I mean, if you like these kind of like a blatantly cheesy, like kind of movies, watch it.
I think I know why you really gave it a 2. Because that dude had a killer chest tattoo.
Oh my god.
It's killer.
It just said like it had like 2 little lines, and he was like walking around like he was like some buff, like badass, and I was like, it probably just says, "I love love."
Right, and it was literally like just this. It was the smallest little print, and that was it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So if they don't want to watch this movie, which
I'm going to give it a shot.
What should they watch?
Well, I had 2 things I originally thought about. I'm like, Rampage kind of falls into this a little bit, but it doesn't have to do with. There's kind of an alligator thing in it that's genetically, but it didn't feel right. And then I thought about Deep Blue Sea, but then I'm like, genetically engineered sharks, kind of in the same vein. But then I'm like, I want to go a little bit more on the nose, but in a different way. So I went with 1980s Alligator. Because it's about a alligator that gets chucked down in the sewer, like the old urban legends say. It grows because of things in the sewer that make it. I don't know if it just grows because it grows. Anyway, it gets to be huge, and then it starts attacking people above the sewer and in the waters and lakes around there. They got to send in somebody.
The clowns.
Robert Forster's got to go in with his receding hairline to take it out. It's such a good movie. It's so fun. And then they made a sequel called Alligator 2, The Next Mutation. So I think that's what it was. I'll put it up here just in case. It's not a robot, I know.
That's okay.
But it's a giant alligator, and it's much better.
So it's got a big round nose.
It's much better. It has got a big round nose. We watched it. You saw it for the first time on Joe Bob.
Oh. Did I fall asleep?
Yeah, I think so.
It's
all right.
hard.
We'll watch
It's
it
hard
again.
for me to stay awake on Friday nights. It's been a long week. I just want to relax, eat some food, go to sleep.
It's going to be on the shelf eventually. I could have said Killer Crocodile, which I have 1 and 2 on the shelf.
Yeah.
But-
All right. What are we watching next week?
Whoa, she just blew that up. So, from the randomizer, gotta grab it here because we're running out of time. We are going to be watching 1973's
Psychomania.
which incidentally we also saw a bit of it, just enough to know that we wanted to see it.
I think Alamega was watching it, right?
I think so, on Tingler Television, our lovely host network. And it's been one that I've almost bought on several occasions on Blu-ray to add to the collection, just because it's one of those things that's kind of culty. But now we have this copy to watch and find out if it's really worthy.
You're probably going to keep it on the shelf, I bet. It's
Not
from
this one.
1991?
No, it's from 1963.
It says printed. Oh, printed.
1973, I'm sorry. Not 63.
1996. There's a lot of dates on here.
That's when the DVD probably was? No, that's not right, because the DVD would have been after that.
All right, so Psychomania, motorcycles, violence, the occult, and suicide extremes. What? All in one movie.
Oh, yeah.
Tom is a nihilistic leader of a motorcycle gang who decides to explore just how much chaos he can trigger. With the help of his occultist mother, he finds a way to bring the dead back to life. He and his gang are determined to be the first live test subjects of this theory. They all decide to commit suicide, each biker picking a more bizarre way to die than the last, and wreak havoc in a peaceful pre-punk English countryside when they are resurrected.
Yep.
Interesting.
We saw a little bit of it, but not Joe Bob, like I said, on Alamega. So we know a little bit about it, but we've not seen more than like 10 minutes of it. So it still qualifies. But
86 minutes long.
between now and the next time when we watch that, if you would like to check out our website, where you can see things that we have for sale, you can do that at thenewlydeads.com.
Yep.
You can also contact us at contact@thenewlydeads.com.
Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Spoonflower. And then coming up in December, we are going to be at the Krampus Market at Wolf Hollow, our home away from home. We'll put the little flyer up here on the screen so you can check it out.
Yep.
And it's only going to be like a week or two away from when this episode airs. So
Yes.
we won't be talking about it too much longer, and then we'll move on to the next thing. But yeah, if you're in Rockford area and you'd like to come by and check it out, we'll be there. So
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for watching, and until next time,
keep it cheap and creepy.
bye!
Go look after your mother and sister. Where are you going?
I'm gonna finish this. Goodbye, Tom.
False alarm, nothing. We're pulling back up.
You okay? Oh, okay. Sorry. Are you okay? Oh my God. Pretty lucky shot, huh?
Yeah, lucky. She just killed a helicopter with a...